I'll be changing iPhone 5C charging port because it quit charging, and I got a parts phone right here. I got this off eBay for $8, and it's I like OEM parts, which means original. That means I know it's gonna work for a long time. And here's a little trick that I've learned. You get your screwdriver, and I got a big magnet here. Just rub this along the magnet, and what that does is create microscopic shards there. So whenever your screwdriver pulls a screw out, it's going to be magnetized. See that? And there it is. It's magnetized. And here's another trick I'm also going to tell you. Lay down a piece of packaging tape reverse so it's sticky side up on the table. And I'm going to show you that in a second. And when I pull a screw out on the left side of the iPhone, I'm going to place this screw on the piece of packaging tape aligned up where the iPhone would be. And here I'm going to show you real quick. My packaging tape is laid down right here. And I got the 2 screws here from the bottom of the phone. The battery cable I had disconnected because I wasn't sure what the problem was. But when I pull the screw out on the left side of the board, I'm going to place it right there. And I'm going to continue to do the same pattern. And I'll show you. When I pull this screw out here, I'm going to place that screw right here. That way you know where each screw goes because they're all different sizes. And we'll continue. And you're going to go ahead and continue removing the screws for your charging port. We got 2 screws here on the bottom, and we're going to lay those down on the tape. And that's a pretty handy trick that I learned because I never knew where you never get all the screws back in where you need them to go. That screw right there is not magnetized. It won't let you magnetize. iPhone did something to it. It's made out of something else or who knows what. Thanks, iPhone. But the repair shop wanted like $70 for this fix, and like I said, it's going to be an $8 fix for me. Get this all pried up. Oh, there's a little clip right here. Being held down by some sticky stuff. Just be real careful. You got this clip right here. That's after you remove the battery. That'll be in the way. Move my hand out of the way for you guys. There we go, real simple. Got that taken out. There's the phone we're going to be working on. Right now we're going to take apart the other one. If you guys don't need to watch me take it apart because you already seen me do it, go ahead and fast forward. I left it on there for some people who maybe missed something. Try to go as fast as I can. So keep your eyes on the camera. Ha ha ha. But that magnetic trick that I just showed you guys is awesome. It really comes in handy for little screws like this that are like microscopic, and you can hardly hold them with your finger as it is. So, and some of your tools sometimes come magnetized, but they'll also get demagnetized, and it's a good trick to get it magnetized again. And okay, we're gonna go ahead and unclip that. Always use a plastic prying tool when unclipping ribbons. You could fry your phone out. Also, always turn off your phone when working on a phone. That's another tip, because you could zap your phone out. And if you ever go to turn your iPhone on, when you ever go to turn your iPhone on after working on it and it's not working, another trick is to hold the power button and the circle button. That could also get it to start again. I had a lady come in my store yesterday, and her iPhone just quit working after she sent a text message. And the only thing I could figure out was to disconnect the battery and then plug it back in. Wow, that thing doesn't want to come out. And go ahead and disconnect the battery and plug it back in, and the phone started working again. I'm gonna go this route and get it out. Really stuck in there. Well, the reason this one's stuck, it's got like pop damage on the bottom. Who are you gonna thank for that? I guess this one doesn't matter. I can just rip it out just because it's the damaged one. That one's really in there. Oh, they got glue on it. Huh. Yeah, there's some glue on there. That's why it wasn't coming out.
Howdy, howdy.
What's up?
Long time no see, huh?
Yes. Now we're going to install the new, not the new one, but yeah, the good one. And what you're going to do is the 3.5 jack, headphone jack, that's going to go in first. And you need to make sure that everything is sitting in its place, because if it's not, you won't be able to shut it, and if you push too hard, you'll probably end up cracking your screen. It's really a tight area to work in, and like right now when I'm doing this, the battery cable or ribbon is in the way, so I don't want to wreck that. Make sure that, take your time, don't move too quick. It's hard to show you what's going on here, but this battery flap was in the way. I got it sitting now. Pushing everything into place. Just go real slow, take your time. Alright, just putting in all the little parts.
What's up, bro?
What's up? What's up, John? Little rubber thing right here. That's your mic, so you make sure you put that in. If you don't, nobody's gonna hear you. Push it down in place before you start sticking everything. They really did make this delicate. Get it to sit just right. Alright, I think we're good. Plug that one in. That'll tell you how to set it, how to make it sit. Alright, this is the hard part, because there's a little clip on this thing right here, or a tab, and then you also got to get this little square inside of this area, because it's a speaker. So first you're going to tuck it in there and try to push that sucker in there. Yep, I think I got it. Pretty good. Next, use a tweezers to get this tiny little, whatever you want to call it, antenna in place. Nope, I thought I had it. You think you got it and you don't. Alright, got it. Real difficult. Right, now we're going to start putting all our screws in because we got everything in place. And I just tested it and put it on the charger and it is charging. That's the best news I've heard all day. So, one screw at a time. Because you can't do two, so what the hell am I saying? Oop, that one's moving on me. Got that one in. Trying to go as fast as I can, because you guys could always pause it. The other screw in for the charging cable. Those are really important because it's got to be when you charge it. If you don't put your screws in, I know sometimes you work on things and you got extra screws, but if you don't put those two in, you ain't going to charge your phone. Almost done here. We're going to call it a day. I think I got 3 screws to go. Going so fast, I think this is the wrong screw. I don't think that was the right one. And one more on the end. Alright, I think that's about it. So thanks for watching. And I'm not going to tell you subscribe because if you want to, you will, and if you don't, you won't. Thanks, bye. Show you guys the phone is charging now, and it was successful.